Hey guys, today I am gonna take you on an epic food tour in Dubai, in the neighborhood where I grew up. And this isn't a food tour that's just perfect for residents and tourists, but if you've got an airport layover at DXB International Airport, this food tour is right for you because it's just a 15-minute ride away. I'm uncovering the best local bites from street food to budget restaurant dining in Dubai. I'm talking super herby falafel, crisped up meat shawarma, Indian chaat, chutneys the bomb, juicy Iranian kebabs, cheesy kunafa, and a lot more that will truly surprise your taste buds and make you wish that your flight was delayed. I'm right by the Al Riga metro station, which is about 4 metro stops away from Terminal 3 at DXB International Airport and 3 metro stops away from Terminal 1, which means it's about a 15-minute journey on the metro. Riga in Deira used to be the downtown of Dubai back in the 80s and 90s. It's where I grew up and still live today. And it has some of the best budget-friendly restaurants. I'm gonna kick off my airport layover food tour with not a restaurant. It's one of those corner bakeries you find tucked into neighborhoods, usually run by Afghan or Pakistani bakers. I feel like no matter which city of the world you're in, there's something about corner bakeries that give you a sense of place. It's like the aroma, the simplicity, just being out on the street, it creates this nostalgic connection, like this memory in your mind. मेरे लिए एक ज़ातर चीज़ देंगे please. Ek Za'atar cheese. So what you do with a lot of these corner bakeries is you just walk up, you place your order, their entire menu is plastered outside, and it's really simple. You can get a plain bread, you can get a stuffed bread. I'm getting one of my classic favorites. Now, just a heads up, this one that I featured in this video, they're very cagey about going inside and taking videos, so I can't show you all of the stuff, but if you come up here, you can just peek inside the window and get all of the action. The best way to eat this bread is you sit out on the street and you people watch. This is what you're going to do. If the weather is good, you sit out on the street and you have your fresh bread. I've spoken about this one before many times on the channel because I love it so much. It's the bread that's made in the tandoor or tandoori oven, and it's filled with za'atar and cream cheese. This is like my classic go-to in any of these bakeries. I've had the za'atar and cream cheese situation at so many bakeries around Dubai. Is this specific one at the bakery I just showed you, is it the best one in the city? It's not. Like, I don't want to lie, it's not. But it is in my neighborhood. I do order from here. And if you've got a layover at DXB International Airport, then it's, like I said earlier, it's just a really quick metro ride, and then you hop, skip, and jump out of the metro, walk a couple of minutes, and it's right here. So it's convenient. That was just a little snack, and now I'm ready for something a lot more substantial. This next spot is a place I've been going to for years, and it's where my team and I take people to on our Middle Eastern food tour at Frying Pan Adventures, so you know it's legit. But before we head to the next spot, 2 quick things. The first is, if you're going to do this as a layover food tour through Dubai, make sure that you check the timings of all these places on Google Maps. You just want to make sure that they're open when you rock up to them. And the second is, if you're enjoying this video, make sure that you smash that like button, hit subscribe, click the notification bell so I can keep putting out more videos that are all about the real and humble side of the city. I'm heading over to Sultan Dubai Falafel and their sister spot, Kunafa Nabulsiya, next door, and they've been serving Palestinian and Jordanian classics since 2001. You can get the plain falafels or the chili stuffed falafels. Today I'm going to go with the chili stuffed falafels, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them at the table. The thing is, you could walk into Sultan Dubai Falafel and order a falafel wrap, and they will put in all the toppings you want. But the way I like to do it is I like to get everything separately on the table so I can roll it my way. I'm going to go in with my stuffed falafel or the falafel mashi. This guy has been stuffed. This guy has been stuffed with chili paste, with onions, with sour berries or sumac. And I'm going to put that right into my khubz. Then what I want to do is I want to add in my hummus, a nice generous dollop of that. Cauliflower and eggplant. It's my token veg. It's been deep fried and he's drizzled it with more chili paste or shatta and tahini. It gives it a little bit of sweet smokiness. A little bit more of this red chili paste, a final flourish of tahini, and it is a masterpiece. So there you go. You just kind of smush it all together. You can roll it up. You can do it however you want. It is messy and that's how it's meant to be. There you go. There's something so simple and wholesome about just sitting out by the street, wrapping your own falafel sandwich with all of the fillings, the creamy hummus, the spicy chili shatta, including this lovely green sauce that they have, the tatbile, which I've spoken about in a completely different video and what makes it characteristically Palestinian. But yeah, it's one of those experiences that I feel makes you feel kind of grounded, you know, in a more humble side of Dubai. But I do want to point out that a lot of people confuse this kind of food, hummus or falafel or shawarma, which I'm going to be doing later on in this video. They confuse these foods for being Emirati, and nothing could be further than the truth. If you want to know more about indigenous Emirati food, this is not it. But if you're interested, drop me a comment and I'll consider making a video for you. There's many spots around Dubai that do a good kunafa, but Kuwaider's is a little bit extra special. And this is one of Dubai's most loved desserts. It's actually the grandmother of the viral Dubai chocolate because it has the kataifi noodles, that crunchy element in the chocolate goes into kunafa. And I'm actually going to get the version that's the softer version today. It's the one with the ground up noodles, or the na'ma version. And it's got creamy Nabulsi cheese at the bottom, which is slightly salty. And then it's doused, it's bathed in sugar syrup and dusted with pistachios. The reason I like Kuwaider Al Nabulsi's kunafa is because, and this is going to sound totally counterintuitive, it's not excessively sweet. Like the actual sugar syrup they're adding on there, the ratio is not very, very sweet. And the Nabulsi cheese adds this little bit of saltiness to the whole thing. Plus, they have a pretty decent turnover. So you know that the kunafa that you're having is usually pretty fresh. What I love is in the short span of a layover, you can travel through the broader region right here in one city. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop countries again and head over to the next spot. This next one is a true hidden gem. It's a kebab place, and kebab is one of Dubai's favorite foods, with many, many different cultures making their versions. But this place is so hidden that even the people working there look surprised when you step in. And no, they don't speak English. This restaurant sits on the site of the old Maktoum Hospital. It was Dubai's first hospital that opened in 1952, and my mum actually used to work here as well. But the hospital is long gone. They've redeveloped the area into a retail complex, which has been in limbo for a while, but I'm finally starting to see new spots open up here. So here's the catch. This restaurant is only open between 12 and 4 p.m. and the last time I came here, it was closed. So the first time I'm going to try it is going to be with you, and fingers crossed, if you have an airport layover in Dubai, I hope that it matches this time frame.
سلام، خیلی خوش آمدید. اینجا رستوران برکت و شمس، میدون بنیاس به سمت میدون ماهی هستیم. در خدمتتون هستیم. خوشحال میشیم افتخار بدید اینجا ما شما رو زیارت کنیم.
I feel like no trip to Dubai is complete without getting good kebabs because we get some of the best kebabs in the cities from across all of the different cultures. But I truly believe that Iranians are some of the most masterful kebab grillers that are out there, and they make kebabs at some of the most affordable prices that you can get in the city. So it's like max flavor for your buck. So I asked them for two different kinds of kebabs. One is the classic twice minced lamb kebab, which is the kebab kubide. I really feel like this is the test of any good kebab house when they can get their kebab kubide really juicy and tender. And then this one you don't find in every kebab house. It is kebab torsh. This is a personal favorite of mine. Whenever I see it on a menu, I have to get it. It is kebab that is coated with pomegranate molasses and then it's grilled. So it's got a little bit of a sweet sour flavor. And then I asked him for rice with the zereshk or with the barberries on the top. Iranians love their sour. And this is a little burst of sourness right on top of your rice. And it looks like pretty well buttered rice, my friends. And you know what? We're just gonna eat because it is so noisy in here. It looks like this tiny little place is packed with Iranians, which can only be a good sign. So we're just gonna roll up our sleeves and dig in. Let's do it, guys. The vibe of that space and those kebabs triggered my memories of visiting kebab shops in Iran over a decade ago. That kubide, probably mutton, was so silky and delicate and glistening with fatty juices. It's a wonder how they even kept it clung onto a skewer. But that day it was heck salty, so you've been warned. Just pair it with heaps of buttered rice and somehow it works. I feel like you can see how soft and tender and juicy a kubide is when you just lift it up and it like literally feels like it's gonna fall apart. The star was the kebab torch though. The pomegranate molasses had caramelized into the sticky glaze over the tender chicken. It was sweet, sour, nutty because of that crushed walnut garnish. It's a classic Iranian combination. Sweet sour pomegranate with walnuts. You see it even in dishes like fesenjoon, which I'll save for another day. But just so you know, in the 4 hours of the day that this restaurant is open, 12 to 4 p.m., they were hopping busy with orders when we went. This is one of those places where you feel like you've stepped into someone's home, though a very pretty stained glass and mirror home. But it just has that homey vibe. It turns out this place is run by a father, his 2 sons, his wife. It's entirely family-run situation, and I feel like that is what gives it that little extra, that touch of love to the kebabs. I'm gonna hit the streets again because it is time for some good old desi food. We've always had a massive desi community that's been a part of Dubai, and you'll find some of the best Indian and Pakistani food outside of the subcontinent right here. So the next place I'm taking you to is a desi spot, and it's not an old classic. It's actually a newer place in the hood that my family and I have been loving recently. And the best part is that it's just a 15-minute walk from the Rigga metro station or a quick 10 to 15-minute taxi ride from the airport. I've got 2 of my favorite desi dishes. One is a chaat item, it's called Raj Kachori, and then the other one is a Punjabi style butter slathered kulcha. This is one of those mega chaat dishes which has pretty much everything. I feel on a start counter, it starts off with that giant globe of a puri that he cracks, and then he adds all kinds of things in there. Everything from peas to potatoes. There was those desi chana, the black chickpeas, green mung beans. There was paneer that went in there, which was news to me. And then he added in the masalas, the chutneys. There was the green spicy chutney as well as the sweet tamarind chutney. And then he topped it off with some ruby red pomegranate seeds, crunchy save or gram flour noodles, and then coriander. So there is a lot that's going on, and it just works because every bite you take, you sort of get all of these different layers of flavors and textures. It's creamy, it's crunchy, you've got the soft potatoes in there, and then you get spicy, you get sweet. I mean, this is literally the flavor of the streets of India, but just in a nice, cushy restaurant. And there are neighborhoods like Par Dubai, there's Meena Bazaar in Par Dubai, where you can, stand out on the streets and you can get a really good plate of chaat. But if you have limited time and you're just here for a layover, this is super convenient and you get the best of their chaat right indoors. But I want to save space for my kulcha, so let's move to that. Here's my kulcha, and just look at it. It's literally glistening with the butter, and I can see the butter has pulled up into some of the depressions of the kulcha. It's stuffed with potato. And just as I'm tearing it apart, I can feel that the outside has a nice crackly crust. Inside has the squishy aloo. And here is the chole. And this is a dunking situation. This is entirely a dunking situation. So you can put the chole in your plate, but then you're losing the ditch the silver moment. So what you have to do is just take your kulcha and then dunk into the chickpeas. Wow. The chole is really good. It's like the chole you get on a roadside dhaba. It has a little bit of that. It has a little bit of that feel. I'm going to try the kulcha with the chutney. Chutney is like on point. See what I found? I found achar, mango pickle, and this yogurt together. Guys. I don't know which one I like better. Chole, the chutney, or this yogurt achar combination. I don't need to pick. Just imagine, you have a layover in Dubai, hop in a cab, jump in the metro, get over here, and just experience a little bit of the Desi community that lives in the city. Now, I'm more of a savory girl, but I know that the sweeties amongst you watching this are going to get pretty upset if I don't get back on the sweet train. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit up another spot in the neighborhood for a little naughty treat. Mr. Kunafa is a newer spot in the hood with more Turkish-style desserts. I haven't tried everything, but if you love pistachios, ice cream, and flaky dough, then there's one thing you've got to try. You take two incredibly decadent things, pistachio baklava and ice cream, and shove them together, and that can only be a very good thing. Got this crisp, flaky baklava, the cool ice cream, which is now melted, and that is entirely my fault because we waited so long to start filming. But if you come, it'll definitely be a lot more solid the way Turkish ice cream tends to be. Incidentally, this is called a carrot slice because of the shape of the baklava. But if something has the word carrot in it, it's going to be healthy, right? This is the time when this neighborhood really comes alive. Like all the lights come on, the energy, the vibe of the whole area completely changes. And if you enjoy people watching, then this is the perfect time to be here. But I'm ready for something else now, and it's another non-negotiable when you're in Dubai. You guessed it, we're gonna have shawarma. Forat has been around since 1991. It sits just steps away from the iconic fish roundabout, and it's a 20-minute walk from the Rigga metro station. Or if it's hot, you could take the metro over to Union Station, and it's an 8-minute walk from there. Now this is a very low-key place. Don't expect anything from the ambience, but it sits at a busy intersection, which means turnover is fast and it wraps a solid meat shawarma. This is one of those classic meat shawarmas. This one, he said, was made with lamb. And then it's got your parsley, your sumac dusted onions, and loads of that lemony tahine, which just brings everything together. And what I like is that they've done it in the thin saj bread and they've crisped it up. So it's this like crunchy package with all of the juicy meat on the inside. Here's one thing you should know. A lot of shawarma places are not serving shawarma in the morning. Many of them are not even doing it at lunchtime. Furat only begins theirs after 5:30 p.m. So you gotta check the timings, especially if you're doing this as a layover food tour. But if you're interested in exploring more shawarma places, some of which are open at lunchtime, make sure you tap the screen because I have explored this hood inside out for their shawarma, and I will show you 5 other shawarma spots that are even closer to the Rigga metro station, some of which are actually open at lunchtime. Hey, I hope you enjoyed eating with me through the Rigga Murakkabad neighborhood. Until the next time we meet, forks down, sleeves up.